I hate my mother for what she did to my 5-year-old sister. I, 21M, have custody of my 5-year-old sister, Lacey. I lived in a hoarder's house from the age of 8 to 17. When Lacey was born, I was 16, and my mother promised she would get help. Around that time, she started dating a new guy. I eventually left, and I didn't hear from them again. I didn't hear anything about Lacey until I got a call from CPS telling me she had been removed and asking if I wanted custody of her. When Lacey came to my apartment, she was extremely dirty. Every chance she got, she tried to run out the door, begging and asking me when she would see her mom. I took her to the bathroom to give her a bath. She had completely peed herself, so I grabbed a pair of pajamas and a pull-up. I got a trash bag and started removing her clothes. She had bug bites, bruises, and cuts all over her body, along with very severe diaper rash. I grabbed some ointment for her cuts and bug bites. I washed Lacey, including her hair and body, and the bathwater turned dark brown. Afterward, I got her out and put ointment on her cuts and bug bites and diaper rash cream on her skin. I dressed her in clean clothes and put on the pull-up. It was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. It felt like something out of a true crime story. I still don't even know how to process it. Make sure you have actual legal custody, so that horrible woman who birthed her can never steal her away. See if DHS/CPS can get her into some therapy. You did an amazing thing taking her in. I grew up the only child in a hoarder house. I know how horrible it is. See if you can get some therapy to process everything happening too. Not trying to scare you, but if she's 5 and consistently peeing herself, that could be a sign of CSA. It might be worth getting her into therapy and determining if anything like that has happened. My boyfriend of 1 year shuts down whenever I check my phone. I've been with my boyfriend M for about a year now. Overall things are good, but there's one pattern that's really starting to bother me, and I don't know if I'm overthinking it. Whenever we're together, like watching a movie, hanging out, or just talking, if I quickly check my phone, for example, a text notification pops up and I read it for a few seconds, maybe reply for like 3 minutes, he shuts down. He stops talking mid-sentence, goes quiet, says he needs the bathroom, then comes back and says he has to leave because he needs to wake up early. This has happened multiple times. When we go shopping, if I don't use my phone at all, we can shop for hours and everything feels normal and happy. But if I answer a call from a friend while we're shopping, he quietly walks out of the store and waits outside. Later he says he needed air. If I bring my sister or a friend along in person, he's completely fine. Even if I'm talking to them most of the time and he's not really involved in the conversation, he doesn't withdraw. He seems chill. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't say, "Don't use your phone." Doesn't complain later. He just leaves. It just happened too. We were talking about our day, and I got text from my sister. I replied it. It took 5 minutes max. When I finished replying, he was already in bathroom, and later said he needed to go because he has meeting early tomorrow. We were planning to binge a show, and he was going to stay over. We even brought his blanket for tonight. I don't know if it's my fault. He stops talking mid-sentence. Are you checking your phone as he's talking to you? Face with tears of joy. You likely pick your phone up and start not paying attention in the middle of conversations more than you think. I would never take 3-5 minutes to answer a text while my partner is telling me about his day. That'd be very disrespectful. Met my ex after 10 years, and it's bothering me more than I expected. Sounds like that song by Dan Fogelberg, Same Old Lang Syne. I told my mom not to marry the man she cheated on my dad with. You did the right thing. Also, it was naive of her to think she can just move countries like that without considering you, and your dad especially. It would always have backfired, even if you hadn't stood up for yourself. You're a brave kid for speaking out, and you deserve better than being shipped to another country to live in sadness while your mother enjoys the fruits of her cheating labor. Does your sister support your decision as well? You did the right thing.